Hello, Mrs. Tonelli. Are you ready?
Come in, come in. I be just a minute. I do all the things you telling me to do.
Oh, that's just fine. Taxi's waiting for you downstairs. Can I help you with your bags?
Yes. Thank you. Excuse me. Oh, Jack. Hello, Jack. Thank God. Oh. Angela. No. I thought it wasn't my Jack. No. What could be the matter? Of course not. Oh, the tax business. This was all taken care of. It was just a mistake. I call you, Angela. The kettle's boiling.
I hope I'm not alarming you with all this secrecy. I'm really glad to help you, Mrs. Tonelli, but I don't want to get into any trouble.
You're a nice girl. I don't tell anybody. I don't make any trouble for you.
You didn't tell your son about this, did you?
No, I just wanted to tell him that I'm going away. I called. He's never home, this boy. 2 months. I don't hear from him. No.
You didn't forget about the letter, did you? We're going to need the letter.
I have the letter.
Oh, that's fine. Why don't you let me hang on to it for the time being?
Central, car 43. Yeah, look, my fare didn't show. Tonelli, how long you want me to stick around here?
43, give it another 5 minutes.
5 minutes? I'm trying to make a living, you know? Never mind, I think she's coming. Mrs. Tonelli?
Yes?
Yeah, like, the meter's running, lady, so let's get going. So where you going, lady?
Bus station.
Yeah, I know the bus station. I mean, are you going on a trip or something?
Philadelphia. I visit friend in Philadelphia.
Hey, that's a nice city. Well, that's 680, lady. Okay, 680 out of 10. Hey, lady, I need to change, lady. Hey, that was the 10 you gave me.
Calm it down. Get the scum out of here. Now you, I warned you.
Oh, excuse me. Are you somebody around here?
Can't seem to convince anyone of that.
Could you help me find
Sergeant
someone
will
like...
help you.
Thank you.
Sergeant, will you look at this nice young lady for me, please?
I'm looking for someone.
Name?
Francisco Giambone.
When did he come in?
At 9 o'clock, I think.
What's the charge?
Huh?
What's he in here for, lady?
Work.
He's a cop?
A detective.
You mean Frank Jambon?
Look, Weasel, we got 3 witnesses. Love to come down here right now and put your hairy face in a blender, okay?
Not a pretty sight. Stop jerking me around, okay?
We'll see who's jerking who. Come on. You're gonna get 20 years. You can do a lot of jerking in 20 years. All right, dirtbag. It's your funeral. They are gonna pick you apart. You had your chance. Ain't no little boys where you're going, sleazeball. Grandma?
Nice family.
How's it going, Tom?
Don't even ask.
You look worse.
Deadlines. I'm so damn tired, I don't even know what day it is. Grandmother's Day.
I told you, I told her, I told the both of you, I'm gonna take care of it.
Oh, yeah, like you took care of that dog. Your poor mother had to work it every day.
That was 100 years ago, Grandma. Listen, why don't I call her and get her to pick you up, huh?
Stop it. I didn't come here for you. I came here for Kevin.
Here I am, Mrs. Jumbo.
Kevin is, even as a boy, always the same. The youngest are always the worst. Sempre masca son cello.
Grandmothers. If you're lucky enough to have one, you know there's no one else like them. They come from a different world than we do. A world that was simpler, cleaner, and more straightforward. And across the gulf that separates their world from ours, they throw a bridge of unconditional and unquestioning love. All we have to do to cross it is just to listen.
Now you always could find a little time to come home. Don't find those poor excuses, you hear? But, oh, my favorite rider. What are you doing?
Listen, maybe you can help me out here.
I'm fine. How you been doing, Mrs. Jumbo?
I think that they work you too hard in that newspaper.
Nah, not at all.
Not at all.
Really?
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. So where's that famous story that you promised me?
Can I have breakfast if you want me?
Well, look, I'll get it to you this week.
It's 3 times that I put it in the paper. And I have friends, and you cannot disappoint them. You hear?
Sure.
Kevin, now I want to talk to you about Rosa.
Come on, Grandma. We'll give you a ride home. You can talk on the way.
You could push those people around, but you don't push Grandma. I came here to talk to Kevin. Kevin, come here. My grandson thinks that I'm a crazy old woman. I didn't sleep for 2 nights. Look at this.
It's a telegram.
Detective.
Yeah, it's from Mrs. Tonelli in Philadelphia. She's visiting her friend.
What's worrying you, Mrs. Jumbo?
But who ever heard of a friend in Philadelphia?
Maybe she never mentioned that.
What do you think we do all day in the house? We talk. She never mentioned Philadelphia. She never mentioned that she was leaving.
Maybe that's why she sent the telegram.
Telegram. She hates telegrams. That's how she got the notice that her Gino died in the Korean War. She never wrote a telegram in her life.
You want us to look into this, is that right?
If my grandson would only be like you.
Listen, Kevin, really, we don't have to go through
Now
this
we
if you
can
don't
drop
want
in
to.
on her apartment, see what's going on.
Madonna mia.
E niente, Nanina. Andiamo.
Kevin, what is going on in here? I asked you to have the keenest statement on my desk an hour ago.
All right, we'll have it.
You are somebody. You're Lieutenant Hogan. Francisco told me all about you.
Thanks, grandmother.
How do you do? How do you do? You must be Detective Burns. How big you are. And you?
Well, I'm not with the department, ma'am.
Oh.
Come on, Grandma.
Arrivederci, arrivederci.
Ciao.
I can't tell you, Miss Bieland, how worried I have been ever since I got that letter. I haven't been able to sleep. And then they reminded me of you. And I remembered all the wonderful advice you gave us in those lectures at the center. Can you imagine? They want me to pay over $9,000 in back taxes. All that I have. Can they do this?
I'm afraid so.
Maybe if I called them, if I explained.
I'm going to be frank with you, Mrs. Prisiak. This is a legal notification. Now, I don't think a phone call is going to help.
But I am an old woman. How can they do this? This is all I have.
I wish I could answer that for you. When you called, I started to make some inquiries. Now, they've already started a search for your bank account.
There must be something I can do. I don't even know a lawyer. Maybe you could help me find one.
Of course.
Please.
Thank you. I don't want to upset you, Mrs. Prisiak, but I've got to tell you the truth. Now, you might be able to find a lawyer who will fight this case for you, but it could take years. And you wouldn't have access to your account until everything is cleared up.
They can do this?
They're the government. They can do whatever they like.
Oh, my God. My God.
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Prisiak.
Maybe if I went to the bank in the morning, took the money out.
And put it somewhere? They can get warrants for that.
Give it to someone, to a friend.
No, that's illegal. I mean, you'd be involving your friend now if that's not a problem.
Oh, no, no. That I do not do. What if...
Yes?
Well, no. I was just thinking. You deal with money. You would know how to...
I'm sorry. In my position,
Of course not. Of course
not. There is one possibility. But you must promise me not to say a word to anyone.
Not a word. No, not a word. Oh, Miss Barilla, what I do without you. I have no one. No one.
You think I'm imagining all this, huh?
Come on, Grandma, you know I don't.
I'm just a crazy old woman.
Grandma, I'm just trying to point out to you that...
No, you think that I'm inventing all this to get your attention. It don't look good, the roof, huh? When I'm talking to you. My Francesca, you want to kill us all?
Push the curb, push the curb. There you go.
You don't even have a warrant for this, you know, Grandma.
Hey, I was in Rose's apartment 1,000 times. We don't need no warrant.
I'm sure there's a perfectly good explanation. Probably nothing for you to worry about at all.
Oh, geez, so Maria, she's home.
Yeah, see?
Oh, thank God, your Rose is all right. Jack, it's your mom.
Frank, what's going on now?
Where is your mom?
Who the hell's this guy? It's my partner.
Are you Mrs. Tonelli's son?
Marco, where is she? She called when? When did she call?
A couple of days ago. I just heard now. What the hell's going on?
Did you get back to her at all?
You're supposed to get back to me.
Listen, you're hanging around pool halls all your life.
Don't start with this, Frankie. Don't start with this stuff.
Stop, but would you stop with the two of you? Calmate. There's nothing to get excited about because Frankie's going to take care of everything. Everything.
What are you going to take care of, Jambal? Something happened to my mother or what?
No, we don't know that.
Pogoste bellissima pianta. I know it in a million years. She would never let it dry up like this.
Oh, you're watering them, Grandma.
After she is gone away. How do I know that she's
Well, that's
gone?
why she sent the telegram, so you could water the plants.
After she's gone?
Of course after. That's when they send the telegrams. If she was here, she'd have told you so.
Exactly.
Somebody want to tell me where my mother went or what?
Philadelphia.
That's what I've been telling.
You don't know nobody in
For 3
Philadelphia.
straight days I've been telling him the same thing.
3 days ago, and you just getting to me now?
Hey, get off my back, okay?
Hey, Frankie, what's the matter with you? My mother's been missing for 3 days. What have you been sitting around in your butt?
All right, let's cool it and see what we got here. Now, your mother's been calling you. Did she leave you any messages?
It's just that she called, all right? I mean,
You didn't call her back, that's why.
Okay, I didn't call her back, all right? I didn't get the message. I didn't think it was anything important, all right?
Yeah, how long you been around here?
Hey, don't start with that, Frankie. Don't start with the cop crap, all right? What am I, some guy you brought in off the street here? Oh!
Look, did you look around and see if there was anything missing?
What are you getting
Hey,
at?
will you stop being so defensive and just answer the question, okay? We're trying to figure something out here.
All right. All right. Look, a couple of years ago, I bought her a suitcase. She never went anywhere. She never even took the wrapping off it, all right?
All right, and?
Here's the wrapping.
All right. She went somewhere. So come on, let's go find out where she went.
Now listen, Grandma, okay?
What?
I'll call you, all right?
All right, be careful.
I knew Rosa Tonelli and Jack. We grew up together. She's kind of a spunky old lady.
Nicky, would your grandmother just run off somewhere without saying anything?
I never would.
She did.
Oh, come on.
When my grandfather died, I thought my grandmother would never leave the house again. And all of a sudden, one day, we get a telephone call from Florida. Guess who?
Yeah, but that's Florida. This is Philadelphia. Besides, your grandmother's not even Italian.
I'm off the call.
Okay, Michelle, thanks. I'll lock up. Look, it is the same principle. She met someone, a retired man down there. They had a little
What,
place.
they're living together?
They're not going to make babies, Frankie. They just don't want to be alone. And they don't want to lose their pensions, which is why they're not going to get married. So.
And they ran away together. Come on.
What are you, some expert on senior citizens now? Think about it, Kevin. You're getting older. You live by yourself. Doesn't it get a little lonely sometimes?
Older, you start acting stupid?
Oh, I see. If you do it, it's okay. But if someone your grandparents' age does it, then it's called stupid. Is that right?
Anything I'm doing, I didn't want to think about my grandmother doing.
You jerks!
Dispatcher says you want to talk to me.
Yeah, you Jim Penny?
Yeah?
All right, you picked up a woman, 80 St. Patrick Street, Tuesday, about 9 p.m., remember?
If you say so.
She was about 65. She asked you to take you to the bus station. Ring a bell?
Yeah. Come here, I got some.
Big tipper, I remember.
She left it in the back seat of the car. I get a lot of calls from that building. I've been meaning to take it back.
Well, did you say where she was going?
Yeah, she said something about Philadelphia, I think. Visit a friend or something. I don't know. What, is that a problem or something?
No, we just want to return her knitting. Thanks.
Thanks.
How are you today, Mrs. Cressier?
Come in, come in.
Did you have any trouble with the money?
Excuse me, do you know where we can find Angela Jambone? She in trouble with the law?
What are you doing here? Just a little outside your job description?
What's the point of writing a story if the press doesn't work?
Frankie,
Hi,
Kevin.
Grandpa.
How
How
nice
nice
for you to come by. Did you find...
Look.
Oh, Rose's knitting bag.
Yeah, we found it in the trunk of a taxi cab.
Oh, Maria Santissima.
No, not a car, a taxi cab. The taxi cab took her to the bus
Poor
station.
Rosa, poor Rosa.
She'll be fine.
Are you all right, Mrs. Jambone?
Poor Rosa. Rosanelli, she disappeared.
Disappeared, are you sure?
Grandma, she didn't disappear.
And what do you call it?
Are you from the police?
This is Francisco, my grandson. He's a detective.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Kevin O'Brien, his partner.
Mr. Whitney takes care of the center, and he helped to set up the paper. He's a real godsend.
You got a pretty terrific grandmother there. You know, this place wouldn't last a week without her and her paper.
But this taxi cab, Rose has taken a taxi cab. Why?
Miss Jambone, we talked to the driver, and he said she went to the bus station and she was on her way to Philadelphia.
But is she all right?
Yeah, the taxi man said she seemed to be fine.
The only mystery is why she went there.
So now you can wait until she gets back and you can talk to her and find out she probably had a boyfriend down there. You can stop being the detective all the time.
There it goes again.
If it's not one thing, it's another. Rose is all right in Philadelphia. Now it's the machine that doesn't work right. Did I tell you that the plate locks are uneven and they smear?
Somebody please help. What's wrong? Mrs. Brescia, I think she's dead. She got the letter. I think it was the letter that killed her. She was never the same since. The letter has ever... Money.
Can I talk to you guys for a second? What's the story here?
Heart attack, stroke, I don't know.
I think you better talk to the old fella. He's been telling your grandmother me some crazy kind of story.
Okay.
She's very upset. They say she owe money. She's a poor lady.
Yes, she receives a letter from the tax people saying that they would take all her savings for the back taxes.
Did you see the letter?
She showed me the letter.
And just like the letter to Rose, Rose got the same letter.
What?
Yes, as he's saying, Rose got the same letter.
Why didn't you tell us this before, Miss Jambone?
I couldn't, because she told me not to tell no one.
The identification was found in the coat. The body was in the water for a couple of days. That's what's left of Rosa Tonelli. Those are rope burns on the ankles. If the guy that had tied those knots been in Boy Scouts, we wouldn't have found the body until next spring.
This is the Presiak woman. Even if we'd done autopsies, we might have missed it. If you hadn't told us these were possible homicides, it's just the kind of thing we could have slid right over.
They were both murdered.
Both the same way. Look. Crushed hyoid bone. Considering our natural prejudices, it's just the kind of thing we might have called a coronary.
Prejudice?
Somebody 25 turns up dead, you look damn hard for a reason. If somebody 65 turns up dead, you got a reason.
It's open. Oh, shoot.
Any news? What? Does anybody know anything? She's dead, isn't she? Right here. Oh, God.
Jack. I wonder if the tightest. So what was it, Frankie? I mean, was it an accident or something?
Somebody killed her.
Killed her?
Yeah, another woman from the complex.
Jack, I'm sorry.
Hey, you're sorry? You're a damn cop, Frankie. You're supposed to help her. Where the hell were you?
Calm down, Jack. Jack, harmless old woman here. Could have an animal does a thing like this.
We're doing everything we can.
Who? Who did it?
We don't know who. We're working on something.
You know something? You're not telling me?
No, if I knew anything, I'd tell you.
Frankie, this is me you're talking to. Frankie,
I'm telling you, we're gonna catch him, Jack. Oh, Jack, listen. Jack, listen. Jack, this is police. Get back up. Stay the hell out of my way, all right? Don't get back. Come here. Come here. Come here, Jack. Jack, come here.
Rosa Tinelli had $15,560 in her savings account. 2 weeks ago, she withdrew it all in cash.
All right, Mrs. Presiak.
$10,000 gone.
Slimy bastard.
Hey, take it easy, Frank.
Take it easy. That could have been my grandmother. All right. Let's try and find the two phony letters. Freddie, go over to Mrs. Presiak's apartment, nose around. Stevie, go to Mrs. Tinelli's, find what you can, notes, phone numbers, anything you can get. Call me back on the phone to the bank. Let's find out where the money is going to.
No, she keeps old papers in there.
Did you see the letter, Mr. Tarrazon?
Yes, she showed me, and I see her putting the letter in there.
Do you remember if it had any markings or numbers on it?
No, she just says it's from tax people.
Ah, okay. We'll just see what we can find.
Would you like some tea or something?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you. Does the name Ace Investments mean anything to you?
No.
This is Jennifer Breland. Please Please leave your name and number when you hear the tone, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
How about the name Jennifer Breland?
Oh, Breland. Oh, yes. Nice lady. She gives us a talk, a seminar about tax and investments.
Very much, Mr. Terrason. Thank you very much.
Nope.
You sure?
Computer doesn't lie. We weren't investigating them for back taxes, and we didn't send them letters to that effect.
Maybe it's an overeager collections agent.
They're assigned cases. They don't just go out and investigate whomever they please. Besides, the Bureau's got enough public relations problems without going after widowed pensioners. Nope. You can tell these two ladies have got nothing to worry about.
It's a little late for that. Somebody killed them. Thanks anyway.
Get a hold of one of those letters. We'd sure like to see it.
You'd think they'd see right through a scam like that.
Well, I can understand it, Frank. They're old, they're frightened, and they're vulnerable. And they have no one to turn to.
Yeah, but you get a letter like that, you gotta check it out. How do you turn over all your money to a total stranger?
They don't come from the same place you do, Frankie. They've been through the war. They live with repressive regimes. Those sort of things stick with you.
And that's what those vultures count on, old people who are terrified of government.
Yeah, but that was over there. This is here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it doesn't help if you can't forget it.
You know, I bet most of the time when this kind of things happen, they don't even check it out. They don't even report it.
That's why scams work.
Yes, but Kevin, think about it. I mean, that's what's so horrible about this. They would never talk to anybody anyway. There's no earthly reason that they should have killed them.
Well, maybe they're just not taking any chances. I guess that's the new way.
Yeah.
You realize that if it wasn't for your grandmother, you would never have known if these people had been murdered?
That means there could be more, doesn't it? Might have left already.
There he is.
Hi.
Oh, you're lucky you caught me, gentlemen. I was just going.
Can you spare us a few minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Great. Listen, we'd like to take a look at your files.
You keep records of your members?
Well, we keep track of our clients, if that's what you mean.
Your clients?
The people who use the center.
So you'd know if any of them had died recently?
Well, you know, they'd probably be marked inactive.
I'll start with this.
Excellent. Ah, it's still hot. Would you like some?
No, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Wait me! Jack, what are you doing here? This guy knows everything goes on here. I want some answers,
Jack,
all right?
we can handle it. Why don't you just go on home?
Home?
It was like your home too, Frankie. Remember that?
Hey, cut the crap, okay?
Hey, pal. My mother and this other lady. What
Jack,
they used to
we
do
can
here?
handle
it. Why don't you go on home? Handle it. What do you handle?
I said back off, Jack.
You take care of people after they're dead. What good
Yeah,
does
you
that
gotta help
do
them when
me?
she was alive, right?
Shut up.
Frankie.
Hey, it's personal, okay? All you do is pick up a damn phone. I ought to knock your damn head in for that.
Hey, go ahead. You want to knock my face off? Go ahead. These people picked up people who were alone. She didn't have to be alone. She had you, right? Huh?
You cool it, Frank?
Hey, I had it with his heart. Hey!
For God's sakes, aren't you going to stop them?
All right.
Hey, I got a name.
Found my name? Where? No, of course I won't tell them. That must be them now. Listen, I'll call you back as soon as they're gone.
Jennifer Vreeland?
Yes?
It's the police.
Yes. What is it that you want?
We'd like to ask you a few questions about Rosa Tonelli.
Rosa Tonelli?
And Margaret Presiak, you were advising them on some tax problems they were having?
I did, I don't recall.
I'd like you to look at some pictures. You mind coming downtown with us?
Downtown?
It's just routine.
I'm sorry, it's late.
Miss Vreeland, those two women were murdered, and you knew them.
Murdered? I didn't know them, not really.
It won't take long. We appreciate your help.
Unless there's a reason why you'd rather not.
No, of course not. Anything I can do.
You've got a witness that says you advised Mrs. Presiak.
I don't recall. I might have answered a few questions.
You don't recall? It was just a couple of days ago.
When did you first meet her?
I don't know.
You don't know anything. Why are you being so evasive?
I'm not being evasive. I must have met her at the Waycrest Center. I give talks there about investments.
About tax problems.
About investments for the elderly. Now, maybe tax laws came up. Could have, I don't recall.
You talked to Rosa Tonelli about her tax problems, didn't you?
I might have.
I mean, it's what you do for a living, isn't it? Why are you having such a hard time remembering?
Because I just don't. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say I remember when I don't. Look, I talk to a lot of people about a wide range of financial concerns. Now, I might have talked to this Mrs. Tonelli.
And Mrs. Presiak.
I suppose so. I mean, that's what the talks are about.
Ever give you any money to hold?
I don't hold money for anybody. It's unethical.
Who held it then?
I don't know what you're talking about.
They both withdrew money from banks. The money vanished, and they're both murdered. And you say you might have talked to them about their tax problems, which don't exist? That's what we're talking about here, lady.
I won't be talked to in this manner. Now, I thought you brought me down here to see some pictures.
You want to see some pictures? Huh? Here, take a look at that. Take a look at the pictures. That's what you wanted to see, right, lady?
Please!
Look at them, lady. Look at them.
Out of here.
I won't say anything else until I've talked with my lawyer.
That's the way you want to play it. We'll be in touch, Miss Vreeland. Do I have to tell you how stupid that was?
That could have been my grandmother they killed.
I know how you feel, and that is a great reason to blow the case. But if you can't be a professional, then take yourself out of it.
All right, I'm not made of stone. What do you want me to say?
I don't want you to say anything.
You got it.
Frankie, you got a job to do. How are you going to do it if you can't keep your head straight?
I'm doing it. I'm not like you, that's all.
You know, your grandmother was right about you.
Huh? Hey. Hey. What the hell's that supposed to mean?
The youngest are always the most difficult.
You don't know what I was like. They had me down there for questioning. They know about the letters. They know about the whole thing. Now, how long do you think it'll be before they put it all together?
Look, it doesn't matter what they know. They haven't got any proof.
There's the envelope from Mrs. Tonelli's letter. If they find that, they'll know it's a fake. They'll know that I was lying to them.
Yes, that wasn't very smart, was it? You weren't supposed to leave anything behind.
All right. I wasn't thinking, what are we going to do?
Not we, you. It's your problem. What are you going to do?
What are you talking about? You've got to help me out here.
All right, I will. I'll help you. I'll help you get that envelope. It won't be a problem. Everything will be all right.
Maybe I should just get out of town.
Oh, yes, well, that's one possibility.
This is crazy. What if somebody hears us? She probably threw it away. Well, let's get out of here, Ernest.
Relax, it won't be long.
Well, what if her son comes home?
He'll be long gone by then. Now, help me look.
Ace Investments, and it really isn't much of a company. All it really is a post office box and an answering machine. And if she ever had any training as an investment counselor, it wasn't at any accredited school around here.
And get this. There have been 5 large deposits into the company's account within the last 6 months. One of them was a couple of days after Mrs. Tonelli disappeared, and another right after Margaret Presiak was killed.
What about the others?
7 people who attended the Waycrest Center in the past 6 months have died, and 2 of them, a Mrs. Prosky and a Mr. Gastroff, withdrew most of their savings right before they died.
And the dates fit in with the deposits.
Deaths are listed as due to natural causes.
What do you think?
Time to dig up some bodies. Get the exhumation orders, Carson.
4 or 5 people killed, and all for less than $60,000.
Didn't bring her there. I found her there.
Found her how?
She was dead.
You know what I think, Jack? She wouldn't tell you anything, so you used a little persuasion. Isn't that what really happened?
She was dead, for crying out loud. Don't you guys know a damn setup when you see one?
Who set you up, Jack?
Hey, you tell me. Who called those 2 cops?
Oh,
Quit
with the detective crap,
Hey, she killed my mother, all right? That's all I know. I didn't even know who this other lady was.
Hey, Jack, who do you think you're kidding here, huh? Will you start telling me the truth?
I am telling you the truth.
What truth?
Hey, she killed my mother. Does that mean anything to you? Huh?
Sit down, Jack. I am tired of you yelling. Are you making a career out of picking fights? Now, you give me one good reason why I should believe what you're telling me.
Because whoever killed her killed my mother, and he's still out there somewhere.
Oh, buongiorno, signora Nato.
Buongiorno.
Questa non ci voleva, Madonna mia. What is this doing here?
Want to open it up for us? Too long ago, you wanted to kill him yourself, you know.
I know him for a long time, Kevin. He's not lying about this.
Your family's very big on hunches.
Yeah, we were right a lot, too.
Mid-South Carson.
Is Francisco Giamboni there? This is the grandma speaking.
Hi, Miss Jambone. No, I just stepped out. May I take a message?
Well, tell him I'll be waiting for him at the Waycrest Center.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, I believe he's telling the truth. It's a setup. Someone put in that call to the cops.
Yeah, well, either way, I want him out of my hair and off the streets until this thing is wrapped up.
It's not wrapped up. Feels pretty wrapped up to me.
She was acting alone and he killed her. I don't know, it just feels like there is a piece missing. Oh, there's a law that says you have to be Italian to have hunches?
Helps.
Head is splitting.
Listen to this, Kevin. Jennifer Breland was in Philadelphia the day after Mrs. Tonelli disappeared, and she made 3 long-distance phone calls and charged them all to her own number.
This is the same day Rosa sent the telegram?
You got it.
Frankie, your grandmother called. She's at the Waycrest Center.
The Waycrest Center? This time of night?
Guess what? One of those numbers belonged to Ernest Whitney.
Something ain't right.
Thank you very so much. Thank you.
What's this about, Mrs.
I'm
Jambone?
sorry to get you down here like this, but it's important for me to get in.
What is it?
This letter was in Rose's knitting bag. The letter that the tax people sent her. Look at this. You see how it fades to the left? And then look, it smears. Wait a minute. I'll show you. Look at this. Look at this, the exact identical thing. Look at it. Look at it. This envelope was printed on my machine. I'm going to call up my grandson.
That's very clever of you, Mrs. Jambone. But you know, you probably would have been better off if you minded your own business.
Carogna, allora sei stato tu che l'hai ammazzata tutte e due. Carogna, vigliacca che non sei altro. Ma Dio te lo fa pagare. Dio te lo fa pagare. Come di niente! Aprite! Aprite! Oh, Madonna mia! Aprite! Aprite! Figlio mio! Dalle della nonna!
Why do we hide our elderly in homes that are not homes, where they fall prey to the heartless viciousness of criminals who see in them only their vulnerability? Wasn't there once a day when white hair was worn like a crown? When we honored our elderly, cherished them as our most precious resource?
Folks, would you please welcome Detective Jambone Sr.
Angela Jambone. She reminds us of our past and mirrors our future. She's where we came from and what we will become.
Up with me. Mrs. Jambone, I am buying you a drink.
You have to get in a line.
My grandmother, I'm buying her a
You can
drink.
buy her a drink anytime you please.
I don't care who buys the drinks as long as somebody does.
Gentlemen, the drinks are on the house, all right? Now, Mrs. Jambone. Yes? What would you like? A brandy, perhaps?
Oh, that'd be a nice idea.
Yes.
Oh, but wait a minute. Instead of the brandy, will you make it a double on his head on the rocks?
Double? That's fine.
Mrs. Jambone, you still think the youngest are the most trouble?
When it's a big family, it's like a dinner. You always keep the sweetest the last. Out of 14 grandchildren, you always been my favorite, Francesco. Hey, well, don't you tell your mother I said this. No. I'll kill you with my own hands, you hear?
Salud.
Salud.
And I feel the night.